We have live team coverage tonight, starting with Jeff Abel. He joins us with residents' concerns and their calls to hold young offenders accountable. Jeff.
Well, you know, as the juvenile crime rate continues to soar in this city, so does the sense of urgency. For the long-timers here, life used to be simple. But lately,
downtown is like a homeless encampment.
It's been simply disturbing.
You could walk around down here, like you'll see kids right now committing crimes. Right now while I'm talking to you, selling drugs, doing whatever.
As politicians struggle to get a grip on the juvenile crime crisis, we took our soapbox downtown to see if politicians are doing enough.
Oh my God! I'm so nervous. When we elect officials, when they come talk a good game, we tend to believe them, and they have really failed our children.
I'm 22 years old. I grew up, born and raised from Baltimore. You know what I mean? Things that are currently happening is starting to recently happen rapidly. So now it's getting out of control and out of place.
You gotta safeguard everything that you got.
They're shaking their heads after watching the attack of a Butcher's Hill woman recently and learning that the 12 and 14-year-olds arrested were back home 2 hours later.
Excuse my French, he should have got his ass whipped.
Who do you blame for all of this?
That's a great question.
You can't blame the kid. The kid is misguided. He don't even know no better.
These children aren't stupid. They know what they're doing. They know that if they commit a crime, they're going to more than likely go home.
A juvenile get locked up right now, he comes straight home back to wherever he was at with no structure.
Lawmakers have recently opened hearings on juvenile crime, but the governor has not called a special session to deal with juvenile crime. Should they call a special session?
Yes, absolutely. A special session should come in, definitely.
Anything is necessary.
It's like, what more can you do? Y'all had a chance to stop it. It's too late now.
If they call a section in Annapolis to do it right, who's going to be the voice to keep the pressure on, to keep it rolling how it's supposed to? Who's going to do that?
While many here welcome the government's help, real reforms, they believe, begin at home.
If they caught me doing something bad, they would grab me, spank me, take me to my mother and tell my mother what I got caught doing. But thanks, man.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
I mean, I don't know what more I can tell you. I mean, I don't know you from a can of beans. But my name Marquise. Nice to meet y'all. I hope y'all have a safe, blessed one.
Well, many of those we spoke with don't seem convinced that Annapolis is fully aware of the scope of the problem, and they don't seem convinced they'll offer any real solutions to fix it.
Lots of them will wind up in prison, and we'll need more prisons to hold them, permanent prisons, for an entire subclass of our affluent society. It's hard to feel sorry for them if you've been mugged or robbed or raped by one of them, if you've been one of their victims. But some who work with the kids call them the victims. Victims of uncaring or non-existent families, victims of bad schools or uncaring communities. And almost no one sees this nation willing to commit the resources, the time, the money, the care, to deal with these kids, to break the pattern. It is depressing, it can be frightening to spend much time with these kids. They threaten us, not just with violence and crime. They threaten us because they tell us something devastating about what has happened in our cities, and because no one really knows what to do about them.
Why do you think, Daphne, that crime, they say, amongst the crime being committed by the young people is going up all the time?
I don't know.
You got any idea at all about that sort of thing? I mean, how about you, Rich?
It's mostly the parents that don't care, Dad, about it, because without the action, the kids wouldn't be in too much problems or trouble. Like I said, if parents care about somebody, you know, they'll try to see what their kids are really, you know, really involved with. But most of the parents, you know, they think about what they got to do. And most of the mothers, all they think about is, you know, welfare and this and that. You know, they don't give the kids a chance to adjust themselves. So therefore, they're going to have to do something either way it goes. They're going to have to adjust themselves with their friends and, you know, pick up bad habits.
So you think the problem then is with the parents?
Not only the parents, it's some of the kids' problem too, because some parents are good, you know, to their kids, but kids just don't regret it because they want more than what they could get.
Do you agree with that, Daphne?
Yeah.
Do you think that the problem is with the parents or any other areas you... Very good. Anything else, Rich?
Nah, that's all I can think of. You know, like Daphne, she probably be scared, but she got a whole lot of action when she's around by herself. You know, like sometimes we have, you know, like a committee talk with, you know, other kids the same age as us, you know, trying to tell them, you know, what to don't do wrong and what to do right. But it's most based on the kids' mind, because some of them, they want to get out there and do more than what they're supposed to do and, you know, get locked up behind it. But, you know, me, you know, I'm not bragging about myself. I've never been locked up yet, and I'm proud of it, and I don't want to get locked up.
The way things are going, being locked up.
I mean, there's a chance to get locked up. There's a chance to not get locked up, because if it's all in your mind, if you don't want to get locked up, you ain't got no chance to get, you know, to get locked up. It's just in your, you know, you got to have a good mind to just stay, you know, stay out of trouble without getting into it.
With all of the problems that are out here, do you think it's a very good chance for a kid to avoid getting into trouble? What are the chances for a kid to stay out of trouble? Does he have a very good chance at it?
Just know how to pick his friends and involve in his own self. Because if he go and, you know, say like, you know, you're my friend, somebody older than him, all they're going to do is lead him in the wrong way. And when he find out it's going to be too late, he's going to be doing something that he never did before. You know, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody, you know, like everybody's out here, you know, they got their own bag, but you got to believe in yourself to don't get in something else.
I want you to be serious now, Susie, because this, you know, this is going out all over the country, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to be serious. Susie, now the FBI just serious crimes. And we've asked a lot of judges and police kind of folk what they think the reasons are, but I'd like to come down here and ask you, you know, why do you think kids today are getting into more and more trouble?
I don't understand you at all.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't understand you. I don't know.
Well, what do you mean there's no money? Explain that, you know.
Explain it.
Yeah, serious fact of life that you have to rob, you say, to get money.
Or work. If you're old enough.
What's happening down here?
What's happening down here, man?
What do you think the reason is that kids are getting into more and more trouble these days?
They ain't got nothing better else to do. I mean, these gangs out here, they don't mean nothing to me, but they want territory. They fighting for territory and shit, man. That ain't nothing.
Well, I mean, over and above just the gang wars, why do you think the kids are committing the robberies and the burglaries and the raping and the assaults? Why do you think all of that's happening?
Yes, they trying to prove something. They big or whatever. You know, I can't really tell you. But against the gangs,
they have to come through and here and everything else.
That's all right, Dad.
The main reason kids are getting into trouble.
I get in trouble myself. I don't know.
Huh?
I get in trouble myself.
Why do you get into trouble?
Because I want to get in trouble, you know.
Huh? Why do you get into trouble?
See, that's my business. Yeah, that right there's my business. I can tell my business.
Well, I understand it's your business, but do you get into trouble because you want to be into trouble? Do you get into trouble because...
I get snag, that's it. I get busted.
But what's happening that gets you busted?
What?
What's happening?
Around the lower side? Not much.
Why do you think you stay in and out of trouble?
Yup.
You think you're going to be in and out of trouble all of your life?
Not all of my life, you know. That's all. I want to do something for myself, too.
When are you going to get it together?
I don't know.
When are you going to try?
Huh?
When are you going to try?
One of these days.
Until then? What about until then?
Until then, I don't know what's up.
Everybody everywhere is scratching for what they can get. Do you think anybody here in this town is any different? They don't give a damn who gets killed, just so long as the dice keep rolling, the hoes keep hoeing, and the money keeps flowing.
My name is L and I'm from a part of town where clowns get beat down and all you hear is gunshot sounds. On 139 Atlantic Ave there's a big park, and if you're soft don't walk through it when it gets gets dark. Cause at nighttime, niggas try to tax. They sneakier than alley cats, that's why I carry gats. Yo, I'm a motherfucking fugitive. Buck wild and foul is the lifestyle that I choose to live. Because to me, it's all about a buck. I used to have a partner in crime by the name of Chuck. We stalked the city, shooting shit up like Frank Nitty. We robbed kids and split the dough, fitty. One day we stuck a dice game on an ab and split the cash. Then I murdered his ass and took his half. Because I'm all about ends and skins. When you got those, you don't need no motherfucking friends. If I catch you on a late night black, you getting stuck, Jack. My mom's told me to get a job, fuck that. Hey yo, picture me getting a job, taking orders from Bob, selling corn on the cob. Yo, how the hell I'ma make ends meet? Making about $120 a week. Man, I'd rather do another hit. I want clean clothes, mean hoes, and all that other shit. Yo, I admit I'm a sucker, a low-down, dirty, sneaky, double-crossing, conniving motherfucker. Breaking in cribs with a crowbar. I wasn't poor, I was po'. I couldn't afford the OR. I used to wait until it gets dark and tell a nigga to strip. I wanna see some birthmarks, like a ninja dressed in black with a ski mask. I take all the funds, then I run down the street fast. I picked this nigga named Eugene, took his brand new ring, cause sticking up's an everyday routine. Once I was cruising in a beat up ride, saw this nigga named Clyde and snuck up on him from the blind side. I told him give up the dough before you get smoked. Oh, you broke? Now you dead broke. The big L was cold crazy. A top-notch crook snatching pocketbooks from old ladies. I don't care, I'll do anything to get a buck. Even rob a Miller truck, cause I don't give a fuck. Some say I'm ruthless, some say I'm grim. Once I burglar broke into my house and I robbed him. Plenty and many brains I bust, cause I was living a lifestyle of the poor and dangerous. Word, all of us from Harlem, 139ers, living a lifestyle of the poor and dangerous, you know what I'm saying? This goes out to my brothers, Big Lee and Don Ice, Reggie Reg, TC, Tom, Lou, Black Toe, Whitey, Ty Skeeter, Root Dog, Herb McGruff, E-Jack, G-Love, Doc Ream, took Slice and Rich Dice. I can't forget the 140 Lennox Ave crew. And I gotta say rest in peace to Nate the Skate, Tall, and my man Kerry. Peace.
Now what kind of life is that for a child?